Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brooks Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of October 3rd, 2018. So let's go right into it. First up, we have The Adventures of the Super Sons, number 3. Tomasi's had done a fantastic job on Super Sons, and it is continued in this book. So I cannot wait to see what happens in this issue, but it's great stuff. Next up, we have Batman 56, and this is the foil cover for DC's foil cover month. Just so you are aware, with this issue, there was a printing error, and it seems to have affected every single copy. I'm going to come in close here. If you notice, there is a little ding and like a line here, and on some on the side, right across from it, right down there, it's hard to see. There's a little ding too. It looks like it came off the printing presses and got damaged. Every single copy is like that from East Coast to West Coast. Most stores were reporting this. DC, as far as I know, has not responded to it. It looks cool. The foil stuff is cool. It's all shiny and nice. This one really accentuates it very well. Tony Daniels cover right there. The issue is awesome, fantastic. I read it. If you have not read issue 55, I highly recommend you go grab a copy of it and read that as well. But if you're not reading Tom King's Batman, you should. It is a fantastic run so far. 56 issues are just fantastic. The annuals have been amazing. So yeah, Tom King's Batman is what you need to be reading. Next up, we have a title that was delayed, or we got shorted, and that's Britannia. Lost Eagles of Rome, number 3. I've been enjoying the Britannia stuff. The first series, I didn't get the first issue, got the last 3, and never was able to get the first issue. Read that in trade, enjoyed it. Britannia, this one I've enjoyed as well. So if you get a chance to check it out, if you want some like Roman type, ancient Rome type stories. Next up, we have The Curse of Brimstone, number 7. Again, this is another one that got the foil treatment. It's really cool cover, especially with the foil. Curse of Brimstone's an okay title. It's not fantastic. I've been enjoying it so far, but I don't think it's necessarily the best one of the DC New Age of Heroes, even though there's not very many good ones. Next up, DC Nation has their issue 5 out today, so you can snag your free copy of that if your store got it. It's just a really cool kind of interviews and articles, and also kind of in the back end they have the currents, which is the stuff that's going to be coming out, so you can check that out. But I've been enjoying it, reading it. It's really cool. Next up, we have Robert Kirkman's Die, number 3. First 2 issues were pretty cool, so I'm going to check out issue 3. It's bloody, it's spy stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Next up, we have The Dreaming, number 2. This is from the Sandman universe. Cy Superior did a really good job with issue 1, so I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes with issue 2. But The Dreaming is in trouble, so we'll see what happens. Really good stuff. Next up, we have Green Arrow 45. Again, this one also got the foil treatment. I like this cover. I thought it was really cool. So, yeah. But I've been enjoying Green Arrow. It's been good stuff. Next up is probably the one foil cover this week that I think is pretty bad. And that is the Green Lanterns, number 56. Not the best artwork. I mean, it's good art, but I just don't think it's necessarily something that the foil treatment really gets anything from. So yeah, so that one's not the best. But Green Lanterns has been a good title, and I've been enjoying it. Next up, we have Harley Quinn, number 51. No, she did not get the foil treatment, even though stores thought this was going to be the foil one. It wasn't. Next issue is going to be the foil one, the issue that comes out later this month. So we'll see what happens in Harley with 51. So if there's extra copies of that on the shelf, and normally there aren't, it's probably because your shop ordered it thinking it was the foil, and then it got changed. So that's not fun. Next up, we have Scott Snyder's Justice League number 9. Justice League's been fantastic ever since it started with Snyder penning it. Really great stuff. Can't wait to dive in and see where he takes us. Next up is one for my daughter, and that's Rainbow Bright number 1 from Dynamite. I figured I'd give Rainbow Bright a shot and see if it was something my daughter would be interested in. I remember it from when I was a kid and the girl was liking it, so who knows. Next up, we have Star Wars Adventures: Tales from Vader's Castle, #1. This is a mini-series that's spawning out of Star Wars Adventures, so we'll see what that entails. See if my son likes it. And finally on my pull list is Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark, The Witching Hour, #1. It's a one-shot. They're going to be doing a crossover with Wonder Woman's doing a crossover with Justice League Dark in the Witching Hour story arc. I'm really curious to see what it's about. Justice League Dark 3 introduced the story starting. So if you're curious about Witching Hour, you might want to see if you can grab an issue of Justice League Dark 3. But I would recommend going back and getting Justice League Dark 1, 2, and 3. They're really good. So yeah. That's it for what I actually took home this week, except for variants. So first up on the variant list is Batman 56. Had a variant there, which I loved, so I snagged that one up. I actually liked the variant for Green Arrow #45, so I decided to pick that one up. Of course, Harley had the Frank Cho for issue 51, so I snagged that one up as well. Jim Lee did his Flash cover for Justice League. I don't know if I'm not a big fan of a bulky, like, muscular Flash. I prefer a Flash that is a little more lean, because the character runs, is always on the move, is always on the go. It's not necessarily something that would be yoked out. So yeah. And then of course Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark had a variant cover that was pretty sick, so I snagged that one up. And there was also a blank cover for that, so I picked that one up as well. I did get some graphic novels today. The first one is Trolls Brain Freeze for my daughter, because she likes the Trolls, and so hopefully it's something that we can read together once she gets to wanting to read more. I guess I'll do these in alphabetical order. Wicked in the Vine, Volume 7, Mothering in what's it? Invention, Mothering Invention. This collects issues 34 to 39 of Wicked and Divine. I love reading this in trade. It's a really good series. If you have not checked it out, give it a try. It's really cool stuff. Yeah. And there is an OGN, or original graphic novel, out this week, and that is Wonder Woman Earth 1, Volume 2 by Grant Morrison, with art by Yannicka Paquette. I'm probably butchering the name. Let me know. Paquette. Really, I enjoyed the first one. It was okay. It's not the strongest one of the Earth 1 titles, but it was a good one, so it was decent enough. So I'm going to check out Volume 2. But all of the Earth 1 titles are really good reads. Even the Teen Titans one, the Green Lantern one was fantastic. Like I said, the Wonder Woman one was the one that was kind of fell short, but it wasn't bad. It was just, it wasn't up. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the other ones. I did get some special orders in this week. First up is, I like puzzles. I do. I like puzzles. I'm weird. I got this Cersei Lannister Westeros map, Game of Thrones puzzle from Dark Horse. I don't know who the manufacturer is on this. It's just a HBO licensed product. It doesn't actually give the person or the company that makes it. So I'm curious to see if I'm going to enjoy it. I did pick up a couple of puzzles, a Destiny puzzle and another Game of Thrones puzzle from USopoly, and I do not like their puzzles. The pieces are cut in weird shapes and all that stuff, and I understand they're trying to change it up with a puzzle, but for the most part, that doesn't really entice me. It's not that I can't do it. It's just I like standard puzzle pieces. Those work really well. I like them. Boom, boom, boom. And I did get another one of the Game of Thrones puzzles, and that's for the Iron Throne. So, yep. So I got a couple puzzles to work on. Yep. And wintertime's coming up, so good stuff, fun stuff to do inside is a puzzle. And finally, on the special orders that came in, the Harley Quinn Red, White, and Black statue by Philip Tan came in, so I'm super curious to see how this one does. The box size indicates it's a decent size, so let's hope the quality of it is as good as almost as good as what we see in the picture. I have been disappointed with some of the black and white series, especially the Gillian March one was really poor quality. The Jim Lee one was way tiny, and it just wasn't good. But for the most part, I've enjoyed most of the Harley Quinn statues that I've gotten out of the Red, White, and Black line. So we'll see if this one lives up to the hype. So yeah. So that's it for this week's pull list. A fair amount of stuff this week. So get down to your local shop and snag up what you want. I know some of you might watch this and go, well, why aren't any Marvel books on here? So I wanted to clarify. I don't read Marvel books single issue. I normally will read them in trade or collected hardcover, oversized book, or omnibuses. Marvel, I have not actually picked up a single issue Marvel comic in probably 10 years. Marvel's paper quality, their constant renumbering, and a lot of their publishing practices just turn me off from getting their books. I do read their Star Wars line, but I don't read it in single issue. I normally read it in trade, but sometimes I read the single issues if I get a chance to breeze through a handful of them at the shop. But Star Wars stuff is really good. If you love Star Wars, go pick up that Marvel Star Wars stuff. It's fantastic. The Vader stuff is good as well. The one-shots and the minis, all that, they're hit or miss. But Marvel's done a decent job with the Star Wars books, so I do recommend those if you get a chance. Itchy nose. I want to get caught up on Jason Aaron's Thor, but I have not gotten the chance to. I'm kind of waiting for a big collected version of that, even though the current artist on it I'm not a big fan of. Also, on the Marvel side, if I do get a chance to, there's not too much I want to read. Bendis left, so I wasn't really reading. I was reading Jessica Jones, but I never finished it. I do need to go back and read some older Marvel stuff that I haven't gotten a chance to read, like Garth Ennis's Punisher run, Bendis' original run on Daredevil, as well as his Alias stuff, the Brubaker Iron Fist. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to go back in and check out, and eventually I will. But with the amount of stuff I read, it is difficult to just go back and grab those things. But hopefully soon I'll grab some more of that stuff. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't purposely hate on Marvel. Just their publishing practices irritate me. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know if I butchered that name again. I appreciate let me know how to say Joel Jones. Thank you. Hopefully I'm getting it right now. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. You can also listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 370, where we talk about the Batman artist who passed away. I can't remember his name. I know, horrible. We talk about how Venom looks like it's going to suck. And we take listener questions and a couple other things. So go check that out. There'll be a link in the description below. And if you're hearing a noise of, that's my dog Rogue over there looking at me going, stop doing your stupid video and give me attention. Some of you have said you like Rogue, so we'll see if he'll come make an appearance. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting food sometimes, and getting us credit to get product. So thank you. We do appreciate everything that our Patreon backers do in supporting us. And if you want to help support, you can just go to that link. And for as little as $1, you get access to extra stuff. We did have the Dark Conspiracy episode up there early for the Patreon backers, as well as the as well as a couple other things here and there. We're trying to get some more content up. So yeah. You can also help me out a little more directly if you go to any of the Amazon links where I have stuff linked and buy through there. I'm part of the Amazon affiliate, so that gives me a little extra on Amazon. So I do appreciate everyone that helps out that way. So if you're thinking of doing Christmas shopping, click through my link and buy a whole bunch of stuff. Yay! Yeah, other than that, not much else to report. I know Venom comes out on this Friday. I am not making any plans to go see it. I don't really think it's going to be one that I'm going to enjoy. Some people might. If you watched it, let me know in the comments below. Ryan Higgins the owner of Comics Conspiracy, is going to go and take one for the team. So the Comics Conspiracy episode 371 will probably have some talk about Venom, the movie. So yeah, if you want to hear some spoilerish stuff, or you want to hear a review, go over there. All right, next week, that will be up. yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much else to do. I know I need to try and get some more statue unboxings up for you guys, so you guys can check out the statues. So hopefully I can get some of those up for you soon. But being a single dad, it's a little difficult time-wise to get to it sometimes. So we'll see. You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. Yeah, you want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, you want to say hi? Up. Yeah, I know, you're not little. Oh, there you are. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, can you look there? Over here. There you go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Okay. Off. Oh, you're so big. Okay. All right. There's Rogue. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.